It doesn't matter if you've been in business for years and you haven't made a dime. It doesn't matter if you were beaten as a kid. It doesn't matter if you were addicted to drugs or alcohol. It doesn't matter if you were in jail. It doesn't matter if you've been raped. Any of that doesn't play a role in the future of your life unless you stay there. Obviously, those things weigh heavy on your heart, right? They're pain. But something you need to understand is that pain in your life is guaranteed. Suffering from that pain is your choice. Your past does not dictate your future unless you live there. But it can provide you with extremely valuable lessons on how to pursue your life. Every person in your life and every situation in your life is either an example or a warning sign. Every single person or every situation. We know that, right? We know, intuitively, if we get into a tough situation or a sketchy neighborhood, we kind of just know that it's kind of a warning sign, get out, right? We know if we get into a bad relationship, we should get out. We know that. And life's lessons continue to get louder and louder and louder until we listen. Like, have you ever noticed that? So we know that every person or situation is either an example or a warning, but I'm curious, how have you used your past to limit you? How have you used your past to limit you? Type yes if you've set less ambitious goals in your business because you haven't been able to achieve your goals in the past. Type yes if that's you. Don't lie about it, because if you lie about that, you lie about other shit too. Type yes if you use your financial situation as a reason as to why you can't invest in personal growth. And you've stayed there. Like, if, for example, if you can't afford Summit, that's why you have to get to Summit. If you can't afford that, for example, I'll talk about the end. If you can't afford investing in your personal growth, that's why you need to do it, right? So we've used these situations as a way to limit us. So how do you break through this? You break through it by changing what the past means to you. Your life is made up of two things. It's made up of events and the meaning you give to each event. That's all life is. So let me give you a simple example to show you what I mean. If a man opens the door for a woman, and she's really, really excited, and she's so grateful, why? Is it because he opened the door? Or is it because of her interpretation of what that means? It means someone's nice. It means someone's caring. It means someone's a good dude, right? Because that same guy can open up the door for that woman and she can be all pissed saying, I can get it myself, you pig. I don't need you, right? Like, did the event change? No. It was her interpretation of the event. So let's play ball on a bigger level here. Look at your biggest limitation of your life. Is it your mommy issues? Is it your daddy issues? Is it your relationship issues? Is it an epic failure from the past? What baggage are you giving a disempowering meaning to without realizing it? Life changes the second you put intentionality behind the meaning of everything. If you intentionally choose a meaning that leads you to a better life, you're finally setting up the game so you can win. If you finally change the meaning of a tough financial situation, you can finally break through. If you finally change the meaning of daddy issues, you can break through. I changed what my mommy issues meant to me. I stopped blaming her for why I was so stuck and so broke and couldn't break through, and I opened my heart again. You guys, a lot of you, when you've experienced pain, type yes if this is you, where you've experienced pain and you've closed off your heart so you don't experience that pain again. You kind of like build up those walls to keep out the bad, right? The problem with that is that when you do that and you build up those walls to protect you from pain, what's actually happening is you're keeping out all the good and you're trapping the pain in your heart. And life will keep breaking your heart until you open it again. It will. It's going to keep happening over and over and over again. You need to learn to let go. Nothing can pass through you. You can't break through it until you open your heart again. So who do you blame or what do you blame? What event do you blame for why your life is where it is? Go with your gut. It doesn't even need to be something concrete. Just what's a feeling? I remember when I started this process of discovering it, and you'll get more concrete on what this is in my course, but like, I remember when I started this process, I just thought, it's got to be something with my mom. I just know it's something with my mom, right? That's where I knew it. I just had a feeling, right? Chances are you have a feeling of where that issue comes from. Raise your hand if you have a feeling of where your challenges come from in some way. Okay, yeah, you guys definitely do. It's weighing on your heart right now. You might have felt it through my story. You might have felt it at another point in the call. You might have used it as an excuse. You don't need a concrete answer, but what do you just kind of feel is holding you back, right? So I'm going to take you through a process of what's called conscious blaming. Conscious blaming, and I'll explain what this means. It's a success tool. It's a life coaching tool that I use with my clients. So I learned this from Tony Robbins. When you look at that situation in the past, or that situation that you're hurting from, Think of all the pain it's caused you. Think of why you're stuck in some way. Think of how you haven't been able to break through. Think of all the pain that it's like you just don't know why you can't get through it. And it's just weighing on your heart so bad right now. What do you blame them for? What do you blame that event for? And a lot of times we stay there. And that's what we focus on. We focus on what this caused in us that's holding us back. But have you ever taken a second and consciously blamed that situation? What I mean by that is, have you ever taken a second and said, what good did that person or that situation create within me? What good came out of it? Because there's something. There is something beautiful and amazing. There's something in your life that is a blessing because of that situation. For example, if a horrible situation such as a rape happens, let's use that as just go to an extreme, and you have person A and person B, and both experience something similar, something horribly traumatic, right? And I don't downplay this at all. Horrible situation that I wish upon nobody. But let's say person A and person B. Person A is that person that believes for the rest of her life that men cannot be trusted, and I'll never find love, and I'm not worthy of anything. That's person A. And person B is the person that says, you know what? I'm going to start a shelter for battered women so they never have to experience something similar, and they can feel empowerment through the rest of their lives and meet an amazing man that genuinely cares about them and loves them. Both similar situations, someone just chose a different meaning. That's all it is, right? Someone chose a different meaning. It's not denying that that situation was painful. It absolutely was 100% painful, but it's saying you're choosing not to suffer. There's something in your life right now that has caused something beautiful, something painful that caused something beautiful. I had a beautiful experience with a client the other day. So one of my one-on-one clients, I'm obviously not going to say her name just for privacy, but one of my one-on-one clients, she was raped by multiple family members. Self-confidence totally destroyed. And you want to know what she said? We went through this process when I told her to find an empowering meaning to her pain. One, it made her extremely strong in a way that she can survive anything. Two, it gives her deep love and compassion for other people who have been through something similar. And three, it gives her powerful intuition so she knows who to surround herself with in the future. Notice how different that is from being stuck and blaming a horrible situation. Now, for a lot of you, it might not have been as intense of a situation. But here's what I'll say. You do not control what happened. You cannot go back and change it, but you do control what it means to you. So let's look at the story I shared about my life with my mom. Okay, so let's use some conscious blaming in this situation. When she stole $50,000 from me to fund spending habits, I used to blame that for why I was stuck financially. But if my mom didn't steal that money, there's no way I would be as hungry as I am for freedom. And today, the day we paid off our loans would be nearly as fulfilling. If my parents didn't scream and yell and eventually get divorced and just have such a tough relationship and such a painful relationship, screaming literally every day, no hyperbole, I wouldn't be nearly as loving of a spouse as I am to her. There's no way. If love wasn't used as a weapon against me my entire life, I wouldn't have so much empathy where I can see what someone's going through and see through the BS and say what's actually going on with them. I wouldn't have the type of love to give if it wasn't used as a weapon against me. So take an analysis. What did your pain, actually a homework coming out of this call, what did your past and your pain actually create that's amazing? What are 5 things that it created that's amazing? You can focus on why it sucked, or you can focus on why it's great, because what's wrong is always available to you, but so is what's right. My life changed when I decided that my mommy issues were the best thing that ever happened to me because they created me. So what if the worst days of your life were secretly the best days of your life in disguise? What if your trauma has a gift inside of it to lead you to emotional freedom? What if you adopt a belief tonight and you live this, that life is always happening for you and not to you? What if you stop making those situations that you went through wrong and you start making them right? Did it hurt? Absolutely. Is it still painful? Probably. But it was never wrong. If you're going to blame someone for the bad shit in your life, you better blame them for the good shit too. Because they were exactly who they needed to be. They played the exact role they were meant to play. And if they didn't play that role, you wouldn't be you. My life changed when I decided that my mom and that pain was the best thing that ever happened to me. Her behaviors molded me. They sculpted me. They shaped me into who I am today. And I wouldn't be the man I'm proud to be without that pain. So what if that person that you blame played the role they need to play? What if what they did was never wrong in your creator's eyes? It's true in your life, right? They molded you, they sculpted you, they shaped you into who you are right now. And who you are today has the ability to use that pain to impact the world. The things that you're trying to hide from the social media world are the gifts that will create your freedom and someone else's freedom. Your vulnerability about what you went through, trying to be a beacon of hope for others, is what will cause your business to grow. Can you imagine how you would share differently to your audience with that type of empathy and that type of awareness? Can you imagine how much they would trust you if they can feel that you went through something similar? Can you imagine the community of hope that you build from changing what the past means to you? How would every invite change? How would your marriage change? Everything would change, right? You don't control what happens to you, but you do control how you respond to it. Every part of your past is a message, a lesson, a gift that you can grow from, including the painful stuff. If you view your past that way, you can use it to change your future instead of being stuck there. Because life will continue to teach you the lessons you need to learn until you finally listen, so you can finally live the life that you're meant to live. And if you don't listen, those lessons will get louder and you'll feel more and more stuck. So stop making where you are right now considered wrong. It's not wrong. It's exactly where you need to be to create more of you. So write this down. Seeing your current good is the fastest way to increase more good. What does that mean? Step into the common sense corner for a second. If you're God, the universe, whatever you believe in, and you have your creation down on earth, right? And not here to tell you what to believe, whatever you believe in is fine, but if you're God, the universe, whatever you believe in, you have your creation, you have person A and person B. Person A is that person that's dominated by the pain of their past. They're the old me, that person that said, if my life would be so different if my mom didn't steal that money. My life would be so different if she actually showed me love. Like, I'd actually be able to do this if it wasn't for that situation, right? That person that blames something, that person that just feels so stuck, that person that thinks it's so much easier for other people, that person that sees an inspirational post from their upline or someone inspiring in their life, and they say, well, my situation's different. They just don't get it. That's person A. And person B is that person that's going, you know what? I am so grateful that I went through that painful situation. I'm so proud of it. And you know what? I'm so excited about my big goals. I'm so excited about what I'm going to create. I'm so excited about where I'm taking my life. And this is just such a beautiful blessing that I'm here right now. So if you're God, the universe, whatever you believe in, and you have person A and person B, are you going to give more to the person that's complaining about the gifts they've received? Or are you going to give more to the person that loves all the gifts that they already have? The person that loves everything that's already part of their life? Find the blessing instead of the fault. Change the meaning, change your stars. You are responsible for your future. And something you will quickly learn by working with me in my program, happiness is trainable. Happiness is trainable. It's not something conditional on other events. It's not a byproduct of life events. It's something you condition into who you are. Happiness is trainable, but so is sadness, so is depression, and so is anxiety. Now, I'm not suggesting that there aren't biochemical predispositions to those things. There absolutely are, and they play a significant role. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we train those emotions even deeper into who we are, and we use them as a crutch for why we can't break through. How many of you, raise your hand if you've used depression or anxiety or sadness or frustration or anger as a reason to why you can't in some way? Raise your hand if you've ever done that in the past. Okay? You see, we reinforce it into who we are by practicing those emotions on a regular basis. And so how have you used those emotions as a way out? And believe it or not, something I teach you in my course is how to actually choose whatever emotion you want at any point in time. How to forgive when you don't want to forgive, and how to instill happiness into who you are. But you need to understand the overall concept that happiness is trainable. It's something you can train into yourself, and it starts by adopting a new meaning to your pain. The next year does not need to be the same as the last year. Biography is not destiny. It's time to smile about your past and take responsibility for your future. When you're one of the very few people that does, you'll find genuine abundance. And even more than that, you'll find emotional freedom. You'll find happiness. What is abundance, by the way? You hear that term get thrown around in my industry all the time. What does abundance mean? All abundance means is that you love everything about your life right now and you're excited about what you're going to create. That's all abundance is. And what's scarcity? Scarcity is, I don't like where I'm at right now and I'm afraid I'm never going to be able to create more. That's scarcity. So when you're one of the very few that smiles about their past and takes responsibility for their future, you will find emotional freedom and you will find abundance. It's time to rewrite the narrative of your life story. It doesn't matter how much life has rained on your parade in the past. It does not matter. So let me give you a metaphor to help with this. Think about this for a second, like the metaphor of a thunderstorm. When it's stormy outside, it seems really, really gloomy, right? The same is true with your emotions. Sometimes we feel like those storm clouds are all around us every single day, and it's all we focus on. We obsess over that storm. We obsess over how things are wrong, and we forget what it's like to have a sunny sky, even though it happened like yesterday, right? We obsess over that storm, we forget the sun. But think about anytime it's been raining and you take off on an airplane and you go up through that storm. What happens every single time you elevate above the clouds? Every single time without fail, what happens? It is always sunny, always. So what if you elevate yourself above the storm of your life? What if instead of being pounded by that storm and obsessing over it, you take off, even though it's raining, just like an airplane can, you take off and you elevate your life above the storm, and you don't let one negative memory keep you on that runway, because once you change the meaning, you get above the clouds. Once you choose a new empowering meaning for your pain, you finally get above those clouds. You're so caught up in the stress of whatever storm life is giving you, obsessing over why it's so hard because it's storming and wishing so badly that it'd be sunny again. But it's really easy to forget that this thing that you desperately crave in your life to come back, that sun, is already there. It's just one little step above the clouds. It's already right above you. You don't need to find it elsewhere. Stop looking for why you're so stuck and elevate your life above your pain. You have to change the meaning, take off and elevate your life above the clouds. Does that metaphor make sense for what's going on in your life right now? Do you see how you can use this to elevate your life up? So it's time to raise the standard that you have for your life and take responsibility for your life and your happiness. Let's apply this to your Beachbody business. So ask yourself how you think of this when it comes to your business this year. Are you setting goals from a place of fear, from a place of lack, from a place of worry? Are you setting goals based on the you that you currently are, or are you setting goals based on the you that you want to become? Food for thought. A lot of times we make the mistake of setting goals based on who we are now instead of who we want to become. If you ever want to create your dreams, set goals based on who you want to become. It's time you stop using your past experiences to determine what results you get. It's time to stop looking at your failures for reasons why you can't. So many of you are looking for why you're stuck instead of looking for what you want. It's time to raise the standard of who you are and what you demand for yourself. If you have weak goals that are set out of what you think is realistic, you're never going to have the life that you want. A lot of you have these massive expectations of your Beachbody business. Set it a 100 out of 10, right? You want the Lexus to show up in your driveway. You want the dream home. You want the freedom, right? A lot of you guys want that stuff, but you're operating your goal setting in your business from a state of negative 10. Right? You have these huge, I wish that would happen, these expectations, but you're operating your goals from a state of no way I'm ever going to get there. The only way those big dreams will ever come true is if you set goals based on what you want, not who you currently are. Stop setting goals based on past failures and start setting goals based on your dreams. Let me ask you this. Is the goal of hitting diamond by the end of 2019, is that a goal set out of fear or a goal set out of big dreams? What's the answer to that question? Is that a goal set out of fear, or is that a goal set out of big dreams? What do you think? Type it in the chat box. What do you think? Goal set out of fear or big dreams? Diamond by the end of 2019. Be totally real with yourself right now. What do you think? We'll pause here. Big dreams? Big dreams? Keep going. Anyone else? I'm going to challenge you guys right now. That is a goal set out of fear. That is a goal set out of very crippling fear. You already know that it's more exciting to go after something so much bigger, right? So what sounds more exciting? I'd really like to hit diamond by the end of the year. Or we're a 2019 elite team earning enough money to pay off all of our student loans, take our kids on vacation, save for retirement, and contribute to my team and take them on an amazing retreat. What actually excites you more? What uplifts you more? Don't set goals based on your present circumstances, based on what you think is realistic. Quit trying to be safe with your goals. Write this down. Realism is the fastest traveled road to mediocrity. Realism is the fastest traveled road to mediocrity. So what does that mean? That doesn't mean be stupid and say, I'm going to be a billionaire by tomorrow. That's not what I mean. You don't want to be stupid with your goals. What I mean is, think of if a realist and an optimist. So the optimist is the one with the big dreams, and the realist is the one that's realistic. They both set a goal, or they're both presented with an opportunity to go after a goal. Let's use the opportunity of 5-star diamond elite, right? Let's just use that example. The realist and the optimist. The realist is going to go, there's no way you can do that in your first year, right? So they're not even going to try. They're going to set a safer goal that they can probably guarantee they're going to hit. They're not even going to go after it. And the optimist is going to go after it with everything they've got. And guess what? The first month, they're probably going to fail a few times. They're not going to get there. So the realist was right? The realist was right that it's really hard to get there. You're probably not going to get there. But the optimist believes that it's possible and keeps trying and keeps coming back. So that second month, they find a new way. The third month, even if they fail, they find a new way. The fourth month, they find a new way. So in the end, even though the realist was right in the beginning, the optimist always wins. The realist will set goals they know they can hit because they're afraid of getting hurt. The optimist will set goals that they're totally scared of and totally excited to hit because they're going to find a way. So the optimist always wins. If you set a goal based out of fear, what do you look for? Do you look for why you can or why you can't? You look for why you can't. And whatever you focus on, you're going to find. You have to believe that you're enough before the evidence of your business says that you're enough. You have to learn how to be happy before you'll ever have financial abundance. See, if you ask yourself bad questions, you get really bad answers. What does that mean? When you say things like, why is it so hard to build my business? Or why don't I know enough people? Or why is it so much easier for Amy? She's a 4-time elite coach, or whatever it is. Or, you say all these things saying it's so much easier for someone else, or you can't do this, or you have it worse off. If you focus on asking bad stuff, you get really bad answers, right? And if you focus on asking great questions, you get really great answers. For example, why can't I do this? Why am I more than enough to be an elite coach? Why am I pretty enough? Why am I healthy enough? Why can't I do this? When you focus on that, you get really great answers. So let me give an example to show you what I mean. We did this in the previous call, so I'm going to change up the colors just so you don't know so you don't cheat in this exercise. So look around the room for everything you can find right now that is blue. Ready to go. Look for blue, 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 look for blue. Count the number of things that you can find that are blue. Look for blue, 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 look for blue. Cool? Found a lot of things that were blue. How many things did you find that were blue? Hold up with your hands. How many things did you find that were blue? 10, 8. Cool. How many things did you find that were green? No idea. Why? Because you weren't looking for it. Check this out. Look around the room right now and count the number of things that you can find that are green. Ready, go. Look for green, 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 look for green. Darlene's plant in the back can count as green. Look for green, 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 look for green. How many things did you find that were green this time when you looked around? Unless you genuinely don't have anything green in your room, you found a lot more than you looked for before. Why? Because there's a piece of your brain called the reticular activating system, and its primary job is to fizzle out all the crap you're not looking for. So when you look for blue, you won't even notice green. When you look for green, you won't even notice blue. So when you say to yourself, why am I not enough to build this business? You won't even notice why you can. And if you say to yourself, why am I more than enough? Your mind won't be an asshole to you anymore because it can't even find it. Does that make sense? You can't even find the disempowering version of what you're trying to say if you're looking for what you actually want. So when you focus on what you don't want, this blue example, those are the seeds of doubt and skepticism and pain. And those thoughts will grow in your mind like weeds. Remember Jim Rohn's quote? He says, stand guard at the gates of your mind or weeds will grow automatically. What does that mean? That means that until you program your mind consistently with green, with what you want, with where you want to go, you will automatically find blue. You will automatically find blue. You'll automatically find what you don't want. Why? Because your brain has zero interest in making you happy. Your brain doesn't care if you're happy or not. Your brain's only job is to make sure you survive. So at any moment in time, it's protecting you from pain. Think about it. Millions of years ago, You weren't worried about sending an invite on Facebook. You were worried about the saber-toothed tiger hiding in the bushes that was going to eat your baby. You were worried about the ice age. You were worried about finding shelter and how you were going to survive. That's what you were worried about. These are primal, real fears. So you have a survival mechanism in here. So anytime you're mean to yourself, just know that it's your brain literally just doing its job. So give yourself a break. It's just your brain doing its job. But until you program it with what you want, and by the way, that's what I teach in my course, until you program it with what you want, you're automatically going to find what you don't, and you're never going to get to your goals. So if you set a goal from a place of blame, of scarcity, of fear, of realism, are you actually looking for green, or are you finding a productive way to look for blue? You're just looking for blue. Earl Nightingale said, the mind moves in the direction of your currently dominant thoughts. So whatever you're occupying in your mind, whatever you're focusing on regularly, you will find. Wherever focus goes, energy flows. So stop focusing on why you're stuck and start focusing on what you want. Write this down, guys. You are not broken, and nobody needs to fix you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's not your depression. It's not your anxiety. It's not any of that crap that you use to hold you back. It's just your brain doing its job. And all you got to do is learn how to change it. Once you do that, game over. It's so easy, and that's what I teach, right? It's time to take 100% responsibility for your life. It's time to take your control back. This is your life, not the people from your past. It is yours. Own it. The type of thing that would have destroyed you before does not have to destroy you anymore. It doesn't have to. The rest of the world isn't going to wait around for you to get your shit together. But you can decide right now that you're going to take 100% responsibility for your life. For so many people, everything is someone else's fault. Every problem most people can explain away with some great reasons why they can't make changes to their situation or the outcome. No, that doesn't apply for me. My situation's different. Bullshit. It's so similar in so many ways. Ask yourself this, if you felt sadness in the past or depression in the past, is that just your emotion? Or does everyone feel those things from time to time? Everyone does. It makes you normal if you're challenged by those things. So you don't have to be dominated by them. You can use the pain of your past to create greatness. If you elevate above the clouds, how could you find the good? Why would your past be a great thing? How could you use it to inspire others? How would you share differently? How would you invite differently? You become a beacon of hope for those that can relate to your pain. That's what I did with my life. I became a beacon of hope for those that feel stuck. And I used how I was stuck to help other people break through. You have pain that you can use for other people too. So I want to take you through an exercise. And it's different from what we did before in the last call. So it's not the same thing. But you don't have to understand it. But just know that when you're in a deep state of gratitude, you can solve any problem. Any problem in your life from a deep state of gratitude. And we don't have time to go through exactly how that works on a call. That's what the course is for. But what we're going to do is, a lot of you are focused on how you don't know how to release the pain that's holding you, right? You overthink it. It's kind of like a muscle contracting, and we forget something that will make us let go. We overthink it. We don't know what to let go of. We don't know how to change the meaning. So think of that situation or that person in your life that's stressing you out, or that thing that you blame. What's that thing that you blame and you're just so, like, it's the reason you're here. It's the reason you're stuck. It's the reason why you haven't been able to break through. Think of what that thing is in your life right now. And once you have that, raise your hand just so I can see. Raise your hand if you have that thing that you blame or that situation that is holding you back in some way. Okay, close your eyes. And by the way, if you know that you won't be fully vulnerable and emotional with the video on, turn your video off for the next 5 minutes. Turn your video off. Play all out. Get somewhere away from the kids. Get somewhere where you can be fully present. Okay? Otherwise, turn the video off. Sit up nice and tall. Shake your body out. Shake your body out. And then take both your hands and physically put them on your heart. And breathe deep into your heart. As you inhale, deep breath in your nose. Imagine it flowing through your heart and back out your mouth. Deep breath in your nose, through your heart and back out your mouth. One more time. Big deep breath in, through your heart and back out your mouth. And notice how your breath has already calmed your mind. And Focus on your heart for a second. Feel it beating in your chest right now. Feel the power of it. Feel the strength of it. Feel the beauty of your heart, the gift of your heart. Think of what your heart has guided you to do or to become or to give or to share. Your heart beats 100,000 times a day without you having to do anything for it. As long as it beats, you live. It is a gift. You didn't have to buy it. You didn't have to earn it. Something thought enough of you to give you this amazing gift of life the moment you were born. You have inherent worth because this heart is beating in your chest. It beats even when you sleep. It's the best gift you've ever received. So feel so deeply grateful and breathe deep in your heart. Keep your hands there, breathing so deep in your nose, through your heart, back out your mouth, feeling so grateful, so appreciative, so alive, so happy that you even have this gift of life. And now go to a memory in your life. What's a moment that you can step back into feeling so deeply grateful? A moment, any stage, any time. Could be 10 years ago today, doesn't matter. Just what's a moment where you can step into it and just feel overwhelmingly grateful? Is it when you had your first kid? Is it when you said I do? Is it when you signed up for coaching or lost that weight? What's that moment for you? And step back into it like you're there. Like, don't just see it from the outside. Relive that moment all over again. Relive it. Re-experience it. Take it into your heart right now. Take it in and just feel so grateful, seeing what you saw then, hearing what you heard then, breathing the same way you did then. Just take in that gratitude of that moment for a second. And now go to a second memory. What's another memory in your life, an amazing memory that you can feel so deeply grateful for? What's that moment for you? Step back into that moment like you're there. See what you saw. Hear what you heard then. Feel what you felt then now, like it's happening all over again, feeling so grateful, breathing deep, and just treasuring that amazing, amazing moment in your life. Such a gift. Take that in. And now go to a coincidence. What's a coincidence in your life? Something where you didn't make it happen, it just happened. You were in line at Starbucks and you met the love of your life. You didn't mean to get pregnant, now you have an amazing family. You got a message on Facebook and now you're building your dreams. What's that coincidence for you? And what did it lead to? It's really, really beautiful when you realize that life is always happening for you and not to you. Even the challenges, even the problems, even the pain are gifts because you grow from them. They lead to greater growth, greater aliveness, a more elevated version of you. So was that actually a coincidence, or were you being guided? So take that into your heart, feeling so grateful you went through it, so appreciative, so alive, and just treasure that. And now stack it all on top of each other. And just like a flash, just like in the movies, feel like your gratitude for your heart beating 100,000 times a day. Feel that again. Feel the gratitude for that first memory, like a flash going right in front of you, just like a movie. Feel the gratitude for that second memory. Feel the gratitude for that coincidence, and just let it overwhelm you, feeling so grateful, so appreciative, so alive, and try to triple that intensity now of appreciation and gratitude for this amazing gift. And now let that gratitude radiate out of you from every direction, out through your head, out through your arms, your legs, your calves, your feet, everywhere, just radiating in every direction, feeling so grateful, so happy, so blessed for this amazing gift of life, feeling so deeply grateful. And just say thank you, and just appreciate it, and just cherish it and love it. And now, from your heart, not your head, from your heart, from this beautiful state, from the state of the real you, go back to that painful situation that you blame for why your life is. You know that situation you totally forgot about just 2 minutes ago? Go back to that situation, and from your heart, breathing deep in your heart, from your heart, not your head, repeat this in your own mind. This painful situation is the best blessing I've ever received because blank. This situation is an amazing gift in my life because blank. This situation created this amazing gift in my life. And just feel so grateful that you went through it. And just treasure it because it led to you, the real you. You wouldn't be you without it. Keep your eyes closed and raise your hand if you found some sort of direction to why your past is a beautiful thing. Raise your hand if you felt some sort of direction to why your past is a beautiful thing. Keep those hands up. Keep those hands up. And now open your eyes and look at the percentage of people that felt something real from this, that felt something amazing from this, that found direction. Yes, there are still some people that want to suffer and stay stuck in that spot. And that's okay. There are other strategies, other techniques. But what you just found was a more empowering meaning for your pain. That's what you found. You got a glimpse into the real you. By the way, it's impossible to feel pain when you're grateful. Impossible. You cannot feel painful or pain and gratitude simultaneously. You just got a glimpse into the real you that's not dominated by pain. It's pretty powerful, right? Because your heart already knows the answer to why your past is beautiful, and which makes success so much easier. A lot of people make the mistake of saying that, like, the reason they're stuck is because of something in the past, or that you'll be happy when you get to the next level in your business. And that's not true. Some of you are even saying that you could be happy if it wasn't for that pain you went through. But that's not true either, is it? Because happiness is trainable. And success will not happen until you learn how to be happy. It will not. Most people think it's the other way around. Most people think that if they could just change the past, they'd be happy. Or if they get to the next goal, they'd be happy. No, you won't. Business and success do not create happiness. Happiness creates success. And happiness is trainable. That's what I teach people to do. You took the first step in that today. But can you imagine how the world would change how your business would change, how your marriage, your relationships, your daily motivation, your productivity, your bank account would change and increase and improve if you learned how to be happy? How much more motivation would you have? If you learned how to be genuinely happy, how fast could you get unstuck? It'd be like that, in a flash. It'd be so quick. What if this way of thinking was your default setting? What if this was something you could instill into who you are? There's good news, because that's actually something you can do. You're not broken. No one needs to fix you. You just need to learn a skill of thinking differently. And if this is something that you feel could genuinely benefit your life, Amy and I have prepared an amazing opportunity for you to learn how to do it. Okay, so by the way, if you're not interested in that, that's totally okay. There's absolutely zero pressure here. I'll never pressure you to join me. But if you allow me to give just 2 minutes of what Appreciation Academy can do for your life, I'd be honored if you guys would hear me out. So if you've ever been pushing so hard for a goal, and it feels like it's just getting further and further away, or it seems so much easier for other people, and you just keep hearing Hit Success Club, or you have these trainings on Instagram stories and inviting, and it's not working, and you don't know why, and you notice that even when you achieve goals, you aren't fulfilled, or some days you work your butt off, but then 3 days in a row, you can't get yourself to do anything, and you have no idea what's stopping you from having success, and more importantly, happiness, and you have all these things that you blame in your life, and you don't know how to change the meaning of, and you just let go of what you're passionate about, and you're setting goals based out of fear. I've created a course that will break you through all of it. And I mean all of it. There are hundreds of Beachbody coaches in this program. Hundreds. And the results speak for themselves. The reason you feel stuck is because you have inner conflict that needs to be resolved. I know this because I lived it. Negative self-talk, lack of worth, limiting beliefs, all of those things are keeping you stuck. And you've heard the cliche, change your thinking, change your life. But do you know how to do that, especially when you're in a down state? That's what I teach. And Appreciation Academy teaches you how to be happy, how to attract success instead of repel it. And because your leader is amazing, we've arranged a 30% discount on the program that will increase based on the number of coaches that enroll. And that refund will be given to you at the end of the promotional period, so you've got to take that leap of faith in your growth. And that's available for payment plans and full pay options. And so even if things are tight, guys, you can make it work. And by the way, if things are tight, and I say this out of love, whether it's through me or through another personal growth expert, if things are tight financially, that is why you need to invest in your growth. They will not get untight. They will not get free until you learn how to think differently. Jen Richardson, you guys know who that is? 15-star diamond coach, Million Club member, 4-time elite coach. She says, and I quote, Appreciation Academy is the missing link that every Beachbody coach needs to finally see success in their business. Shay Stanford, you guys know who that is? Shakeology lady, 15-star diamond coach. She says, this is personal growth on steroids. Every coach needs this. And I can go on and on with testimonials. There's not been one person who has joined that has said, this is not worth it. This will get you unstuck, and it won't just affect your business. I'm talking all parts of your life. It rips away the layers of pain, preventing you from being the person that deep down you're meant to be. It's not a business training. That will not work until you master this. And this, it gets to the core of everything stopping you. It teaches you how to finally believe in yourself, how to silence the inner demons, and how to live every day with a smile on your face. And this is not something where you join and I disappear. I am fully invested in my client's success every step of the way, and I will not betray your trust. Just like we talked about, business and success will not create happiness. Happiness creates success, and it's the only course that I've seen that teaches you how to be happy. It's how I went from stuck to where I am now. It is 6 years of growth packed together, and the results speak for themselves. So if you felt something real, been living in a memory that says you're not enough, if you know that just the way you think is just the turning point in your life, take the leap of faith and join Appreciation Academy. This will get you unstuck. That's a promise. So what's going to happen is Amy's going to share a link and an image in your team page right when we hop off here. If you'd like to hop to it now, it's bradbizjack.com/team-call. Again, that's bradbizjack.com/team-call. And you'll be able to gain instant access to the course. There'll be an opt-in page followed by the sales page of the program. And the information will be shared on your team page after the call. So guys, thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you tonight. Thank you for allowing me to coach you through this. And Amy, I'd love to turn it back to you just so you can share your overall thoughts about Appreciation Academy and about the call tonight. So thank you very much for having me.
Oh, I don't even know how to top that, Brad. So many amazing things. Thank you so much. I cannot even tell you guys that there's nothing more important than investing in your personal growth and investing in your mindset, because you guys can set all the goals in the world, right? Like Emerald, Diamond, 5-star, Elite by the end of 2019, but you won't get there unless you rewire those wires in your brain, right? And that's kind of what I had to do. I had all those self-limiting beliefs. Like, I'm not a good enough leader. I'm not, trained enough in social media. I'm too shy. I don't have the business skills. I've never run a business in my entire life. If I had let that stop me and not really worked on my personal development, there's no way that I would be leading this team. Absolutely not. And I'm already getting feedback, Brad. I have people saying that they're redoing their vision boards because they have set their visions to the realism goals and not to scare the crap out of me goals. So they're redoing their vision boards. So that makes me so happy. And one thing, my favorite part of this call, I have to say, is elevating above the clouds. Our team name is Team Rise Up. And we are going to rise above the clouds, you guys. I truly believe it. This year is our year. We are going to be 7-time elite team this year. Hopefully that is our goal, 7. We hit 6 this year. So we have an amazing team. You guys, if we can conquer our mindset, and I truly believe in Brad's course, and I'm looking through it now, and I can't wait to take it myself, that I know if we do this together, we can conquer the world and help so many people. It just gives me goosebumps. So thank you guys so much. I will post the recording to the call. I will post Brad's image with the link and everything, but so grateful for you, Brad. Thank you so much. Thank you to you guys for spending the hour with us. We really appreciate it. And I hope it's helped you guys as well. So have a great night, you guys. Thanks again, Brad. Appreciate you.